Thank you for joining us live with Miami's Community News. And our guest today is Karen Vassell with the Rotary Club of Miami, Kendall.
You got it right.
Oh, my God.
You got
14
it right.
times we got it right.
Finally.
So today we're going to talk about the struggles of the Jamaican people, some of the damages they went through, and how we in Miami can help them. So first of all, tell us some of your experience in the Rotary and how we can help the fine people of Jamaica.
Certainly. So as Michael mentioned, I am with the Rotary Club of Miami, Kendall, and I have been a Rotarian for over 20 years. I got involved in Rotary, I believe it was 2004, after another hurricane. I think it was Hurricane Charlie that hit Jamaica. I think it was August of 2004, and Hurricane Ivan hit September of 2004. So it was back-to-back hurricanes. And while the devastation wasn't as bad as Melissa, it was bad enough that my then CEO encouraged me to do a drive for the people of Jamaica. So we collected clothes, we collected food, we collected supplies for kids, and a group of us from my organization, we went to Jamaica and we did our distribution. And once I got back, I was bitten by the service bug, and I met a Rotarian in the Bahamas. He invited me to a meeting, me and a group of our employees to a meeting, and that was it. I was hooked on Rotary after that. So since 2004, I've been involved with Rotary, and this latest event that took place in Jamaica, it's kind of tragic. It really is tragic. And my Rotary Club, we're doing what we can to try to help the people who've been affected.
So if people want to make a donation, whether it's food or money or products, what can they do? How can they reach you?
All right. So they can find me through Instagram. They can find me at Karen_Vass, KAREN_VASS on Instagram, or they can go on Facebook to Rotary Club of Miami, Kendall, to send us a message to let us know how you want to give. We'll share the options with you once you make the connection. You can also drop off any items that you want to donate. We have a long list of items that we're collecting for the island. The typical hurricane relief items, canned foods, gently used clothing, toiletries, flashlights, batteries. We're now looking for tents because so many people lost their houses. They're sleeping out there under the stars. And bedding and other items that we're collecting, the typical hurricane relief items, along with the aforementioned items, we are collecting those. You can drop it off at 3 different locations. One of them is community newspaper. So Michael, thank you so much for agreeing to be one of the drop-off points.
And so people can go through their house, they can find products they already have. If they have clean towels, hand washed, hand towels, things like that, they can put it into a bag or a box. They can bring it to community newspapers in South Miami or some other places which they can find.
Right. And I will tell you what the other places are, because I'm just so happy that the other 2 organizations are partnering with us. It is JJ and Sisters Jamaican Cuisines. This is a restaurant in Cutler Bay, 18667 Southwest 107th Avenue. So thank you, J&J. And in the Kendall area, we currently have Kies Boutique, which is located at 13100 Southwest 134th Street. So thanks to the owners of those organizations for stepping in and agreeing to be drop-off points for us.
I want to know what Susie McDowell from Full Circle Media, Full Circle Marketing is doing. What are you doing about it, Susie?
Oh.
Right? Oh, we're going to call her out here.
Yeah,
she's going to be here in a couple days. All right.
Let's call her out. Susie, I'm looking forward to your donation.
There
Thank
you go. All right. So, so let's talk about when you said that after you spent some time in the Rotary that you got the bug. Tell us about what that was like when you became self-actualized about doing things like this.
It was one of the most fulfilling feelings I've had. Just being able to go out there and have an impact on someone's life. Some of the projects that we've done this Charity for Children project. We did that one for over 10 years, where we would adopt orphanages. So we had 3 children's homes that we worked with in the Bahamas, in Nassau, Bahamas, and one in Jamaica. And what we would do is we would get the list of all the kids at the homes. We would have the kids tell us one wish list item. We would get their sizes. So the departments in the organization where I worked at the time, they would adopt one of the children. They would go out and buy an outfit for church, an outfit for a couple of leisure outfits, a couple pairs of shoes, and their wish list item. We'd get undergarments and things like that too. But the one thing that the kids always wanted was the wish list item, their toy, or their books that they wanted, and the shoes. They love that. And we'd partner with organizations. Macy's supported us at the time with, a few donations here and there, but they would give us the Macy's bags. Remember the Macy's bags with the big red star on it?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so we would go to Jamaica, ship everything down, and I remember, not Bahamas, in Jamaica this one time, I went to visit the orphanage, and one of the kids saw me, and he goes, "Miss, you gonna bring me a star bag?" So I'm like, "A star bag? A what?" "A star bag." And my daughter was with me at the time, and she's like, "Mommy, he's talking about the Macy's bag." I was like, "Oh yes, the star bags are coming." So, just being able to interact with the kids, being able to see how happy they were. We do picnics for them. We'd feed them when we go down. We did other projects with the orphanages. We did libraries. We brought computers down. There were just a lot of different things that we did with our partners back then. And some of these kids have grown up. I've kept in contact with some of these kids. This is over 15 years ago. Some of these kids are nurses, they're models, they're parents. And every now and then I'll get a little note from them. "Hey, Miss Karen, are you okay? Hope you're doing okay." Just little comments on social media, little, touch points here and there. And it's just good to know that, through Rotary and through my organization, we were able to have an impact on these children.
And let's talk about Rotary International. Tell the breadth of the Rotary.
So Rotary is like the largest service organization in the world. And we're pretty much on every continent. You can find Rotarians in every corner of the world, clubs all over. And Rotary has a focus of just making life better for the people on earth, for lack of a better term. Or I hope I'm not oversimplifying it, but Rotary has different areas of focus. And one of the areas was on the eradication of polio. And, any Rotarian who's watching this, I need you to forgive me, right? Because I haven't been keeping up on all the latest news and everything that's happening. But I can speak to the polio eradication, where they would go into different corners of the world where polio was actually affecting the population, and they would do the drops, and they would make sure, that people are receiving the treatment so they can eradicate. I think it was at one point, it was only one of the warring countries in the Middle East where polio was still in existence. They got really close to doing it. I don't know where we are now, but I know that there are water projects all over the world. There are projects for women to be self-sustaining. There are projects on education, just a lot of different areas that they're focusing on right now.
And the Rotary Club also provides some scholarships for deserving students.
They certainly do. There's actually one of the young ladies I work with. She's one of our directors of human resources. When she heard that I'm doing this project through Rotary, she told me that she was a Rotary scholar, that she was able to do an exchange. I think she went to Spain or one of those countries. Desi, I should have listened to you more. Beto, I should have listened. I think she went to Spain as a result of a Rotary sponsorship or scholarship. So Rotary does a lot of different programs that really change lives.
So tell us more about how people can contribute to the people that need it the most in Jamaica.
I think one of the great things, if I can say there's anything great that came out of this, is just how people are rallying, how they're coming together. And there are so many awesome organizations out there that are giving back. On Saturday night, I had the pleasure of attending a function at GEM, Global Empowerment Mission, at their location in Doral. And I learned so much about that. Are you familiar with them? Mm-hmm. With GEM? I learned so much about the founder of GEM and the great work they're doing. And if I'm not supporting Rotary, I'm going to be supporting GEM. So that's one way that people can give back, by making donations, monetary donations to GEM, dropping off items at GEM, or even volunteering their time at that location. There's Caribbean Strong. And Marlon Hill, don't kill me for butchering that name. I think it's Caribbean Strong. That's another organization that's giving back. You can look them up on social media, or you can look up Marlon Hill, and he will guide you to where that point is to give. I know there are other organizations like the Salvation Army, World Central Kitchen. They've been on the ground, since they allowed people on the island, and they've been serving all these meals that are so necessary because there are still so many people that are cut off from resources.
If somebody wanted to send a check, they could say specifically on the check, we want this to go to Jamaica.
If they want to send a check to those organizations, they can. They could also send a check to the Rotary Club of Miami-Kendall. Mm-hmm. Find the links that are on the screen through the link. Connect with me. You can send a check. You can make it out to the Rotary Club of Miami-Kendall, and it will benefit the people directly. What we're focusing on, Michael, is an area of Jamaica that was just devastated. We're planning to... Our donations will benefit the people in Westmoreland, specifically Lenox Bigwoods. My mom is from Lenox Bigwoods. So you see, for selfish reasons, or not so selfish, we recently visited...
It's closer to you.
Yeah, it is. It is. We recently visited Lenox Bigwoods to do a service project. My mom passed away in February, and my friends and family, my brother's friends, they donated some funds, and we bought tablets. We bought 56 tablets for the students at the school that my mom attended when she was a child. It's a one-room type little house on the prairie school that had all the same ages, all the same grades in that one room, but it was separated by chalkboards and, little board barriers. We went down, we visited, we gave donations to the teachers. The Rotary Club gave donations to the teachers. We met the kids. We promised them that we're coming back in December, and if they get great grades, we're going to have rewards for them. They were excited about that. 2 weeks later, the storm hit. After the storm, I got a video that shows that same school completely flattened. Oh. The school was being used as a shelter. One person died in that school. So all you see now is rubble. That was really sad, right? Because all those kids. Okay. I received another video from someone in the area, and one of the residents that was displaced, he's living in the boys' restroom at the school, in the toilet at the school, because it's a structure, that part is still standing, and it has a roof and coverage from the elements. So you have people living in toilets, you have people just sleeping outside under the stars, and you have people with maybe 2 walls up in their house and no coverage. So that's why our Rotary Club, we're dedicated to going back and helping the people in that community, because they are way up in the hills. They're up in the hills.
So for those folks that are hesitant about giving, all right, give $10 or 20 or 50 or 100, whatever works for you. And if you really want to trick your mind, send $25 to 4 different places, and your mind will say you made 4 donations. The amount is not relevant, because if we can get people in that habit of giving, they will continue doing that, sometimes for their entire lives.
Right.
So,
and you know what, too? You think, oh, $25, $10 is so small. But that small donation, whether you give it to Rotary Club of Miami Kendall or to GEM, it makes a difference, because if everybody gave $10,
Yep.
imagine how much we could have.
So here we are. This is when Thanksgiving is around the corner. So as you sit down, you celebrate Thanksgiving here?
I'm not. I'll be in Jamaica for Thanksgiving.
And,
There's no way I can do Thanksgiving here.
right. Well, it's wonderful that you're doing that.
Yeah.
So what do you, when you leave there, what do you hope that you have left there with these people?
When we leave, so once we bring these donations down, I hope that what we're leaving behind is hope. Hope. You know, I was here for Hurricane Andrew, and I thank God for my mom, because I don't know how I would have made it through that recovery, that rebuilding, you know. But the great thing about America is, after a storm like that, the government brings in the cavalry, and they can recover. You have the telephone company, you have FPL, you have all these organizations, you have people bringing you water. That's not happening everywhere in Jamaica. So you're sitting on the stoop and there's no hope. But I think by them receiving a bag of groceries, them receiving mosquito repellent or mosquito net, them just seeing a friendly face with something, right? They'll know that people care. They'll know that we're going to continue to support them through this, because it's not going to be an easy fix. This is something that's going to take some time, because unlike here in America, the infrastructure has been totally decimated in some of these areas.
So you're pretty passionate about this.
I am. I feel like I'm going to cry.
Well,
I
it's
feel like I'm
okay.
going to cry. I'm sorry.
That's nothing to be sorry about. That you're able to, even though you have that pain, that you want to be able to share the good stuff and bring that to them, and so that hopefully they'll be able to have a little part of you down there when they're sitting on that stoop, and they have that little bit of hope because somebody came from the United States to help.
Right. And there's so many expats, so many Jamaicans who are trying to give back now. So many people who want to give, who want to help. Like, we just had a party the other day on, I think Saturday night. There were a bunch of Caribbean DJs that got together and did a party. And they collected like 20 cases of water and all these boxes and diapers and sanitary napkins that's needed too. And they reached out, called yesterday and said, hey, we're going to give everything to you guys to bring down for
Very
the
good.
people. So a lot of people are just activating right now and just trying to help out. So we're just trying to appeal to the masses that, you know, we know that everybody has their Thanksgiving and America has their issues right now.
Right.
But if we can get a a bit, that would help.
So you've had plenty of people that have helped you along your way. Maybe some
Absolutely.
mentors. Would you like to talk to them right now? Look right into that camera. Priscilla's going to put the camera on you. Talk straight to them right in that camera. And thank them if you like. And if they passed, you could thank them if you like.
You know what? So first and foremost, the person who got me into Rotary, who got me into who helped me develop my passion for giving, it's actually Wayne Bracken.
Who is that?
Wayne Bracken.
Oh, my goodness.
Wayne. So Wayne is like, he used to be my boss back in the day, and every time I went to Wayne and I said, hey, can we do this? He would say, go ahead. Can I do Rotary? Yeah, can you? So Wayne, thank you for being such a people person, teaching me how to give back and, you know, and what it truly means to build team or how to impact the community. So thank you for that. And I think the other person, and it's my mom. My mom passed away in February, and she was always trying to take care of everyone around her. So I'm just honoring her memory through everything that I do as it relates to serving the community, especially her community. So just trying to live up or continue her legacy of giving. And just Rotary, all my Rotarians in the club, all the Rotarians I've encountered over the years, just thank you to them for, you know, living service above self.
Karen Vassell, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. And let's look right at that camera over there. And this is Grant and I subscribe to the Disney rule, which is when you hug someone, don't stop until they do. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Bye now.